Hey everyone, we're back with more Zelda. Like I said, we've got a short time left on stream here. I'm very excited. Alright. Is it DBZ Kakarot? It is! I'm super excited to play that game. It apparently is already bombing in reviews, and you know what? I don't care. Shield surfing. I could have used that tip earlier. If you jump while you shield it, you can climb aboard it. Go pressing A. Chicken fried rice from Tan Tan Walk. I don't think we have a Tan Tan Walk yet. Get some New York fries. I'll take a picture of it and send it to Trife. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Kenamut. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. This game's gonna take me a very long time. Sheikah Slate Authenticated. Distilling Rune. Does Magic have a trial? Trial, if you had a trial in this game, what would it be? What would you have the player do? Actually, I'll ask that question to all of you. And that's good for a DBZ game, because they always knock off points because it's unoriginal. But most DBZ fans want the unoriginal story purposely. It's true. I really like Xenoverse for having its own story. That didn't bug me. Actually, that made me happy. But every so often, I like to go through the Dragon Ball story, especially if it's the whole story in a single game. Wow, I forgot how quickly you get all the powers in this. We did it. We did it this day. Since you follow the rule of 3, I will have them scissor 3 things in half and increasing 3 things in half and increasing difficulty. P, I appreciate that. Ha! Fuck you, Guardian! Ah! I wasn't sure if it was going to hurt with this spring. Oh, with this explosion. A trial of a sin required you to do Axe 40 with 12 people? Or 12 FPS? That blue chick from Xenoverse was a new waifu? Yeah. Like, I really like Xenoverse. Alright. It's funny, Xenoverse only ever actually came to play because of Dragon Ball Online. Because a lot of the stuff they use in Xenoverse is stuff that was actually on Dragon Ball Online. Like the Time Patrol group, that was a main plot point in Dragon Ball Online. Which there is a P server for, if you guys are interested in that. You can look it up. Christine, did you ever look up that server I found you of the SMT game? Toa, yeah. I probably didn't see that treasure. Your resourcefulness is overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. I saved it if you want me to resend it to you. People have been asking for Xenoverse 3. Okay. I'm interested to see your take on it. See if it meets your expectations, so let me know when you want to. May the goddess smile upon you. P, would you be upset if the goddess smiled upon you? I didn't see that treasure chest, so I'll have to go back in and get it. You want a new or remake of Suikoden? I don't know if they'd ever do that, Omega. Who makes Suikoden? Konami? If it's Konami, you're not ever gonna see it. Did you just call me a hoe again? Where did you even fly down from? With this, you have now acquired all the spirit orbs of the shrines of this plateau. Oh, extraordinary. That means it is finally time. Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything. But first... Imagine an X on your map, with the 4 shrines as the end points. Find the spot where those lines intersect. I will wait for you there. Do you understand? Where two lines connect, the shrines would cross. There, I will be waiting. What, did you just, like, spontaneously combust? So he's... If I had to guess... He'd be in this temple. This is where I think he is. You haven't been happy with the past few Suikoden's? The DS one was really boring. I never played it. You need to play 3 and 4. I know Trife really wants to play them, but he keeps putting them off. Yeah, like Konami said recently that they want to revitalize Silent Hill, but then nothing's come of it. You wonder how 3 and 4 are in emulator? That's a good question. Trife, I didn't see that treasure chest. Where was it? I don't remember there being like a fast way to aim underfoot. That's cool. Just so you know, Omega, you are allowed to swear in this channel. I kept hitting the wrong button. You flash carded to play the DS one? It had some good moments, but literally puts you to sleep with long-winded sections. Oh, it's Traveler's Spear. Alright, well, I got another one now. Cool. I guess. What? Oh, get out of here. Trying to make your, trying to catch yourself more most likely around kids. They hear the worst at school and less here at home, the better. That's true. FF12 makes you sleep tight. That upsets me greatly, but 12 is really good, but yeah, it's far more exploration than story. FF12 has huge areas with its story is actually pretty short considering. Considering how much exploration is actually in that game, it's a pretty short story. You spent 3 hours in one section grinding your ass up. I never spent that long grinding, but yeah, I could see how you could. Well, that happened. Leaving the game on overnight with respawning slimes. That was ridiculous. I don't want to freeze to death, which is why I'm cautiously making myself, getting myself out of this water. Why am I doing that anyway? The gambit that intentionally kills them slow so they respawn? Yuna usually ends up being my strongest character in Final Fantasy X because her weapon is the easiest to get, the super weapon. So, because of that, I usually end up with her at being my strongest character. Because, for one, I'm not dodging 200 lightning bolts. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing the Chocobo race and getting negative time. Fuck that shit. In fact, most of the mini games in FF12 or 10, fuck that shit. X, hello. So you guys, look at that. Stream's looking good now. We're not getting nearly as much as the latency as we got when I started. So if I'm right, he should be in the temple. Kamari is never OP. That's why he makes him OP. Because Kamari is always that character you're like, what the fuck do I even do with this character? Kamari wants so. I've been reading the manga for Dragon Ball Super, which, in case you guys didn't know, Dragon Ball Super isn't done. And small spoiler warning, they give Majin Buu plot points. It's gonna be great. And by Majin Buu, I mean Fat Buu. Where he's like, Boo! It only does one thing for me, and that's self-destruct. Rude. I'll poke you in the eye. How did I damage my spear stabbing a Keese in the eye? That doesn't make goddamn sense. Look, the statue's glowing now. You're right. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed their spirit orbs, I can offer you a great power. It appears you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange for your 4 spirit orbs, I will amplify your being. So tell me, what is it that you desire? Heart container, I don't want to die. Give me that. So this is how you power up your hearts in this one, I guess, the spirit orbs. So visiting the shrines, good idea. You want to give no fucks. That's the way it goes. Go and bring peace to Hyrule. Ho! Why does this guy keep calling me a hoe? The blessing of the goddess has made you that much more resilient, I see. Here I am. Get up here, quickly! Compared to anime, they actually get completed. Oh man, that's especially true in the case of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime and manga. Because he knows your secret. What's my secret? I have no secrets. Unless my secret is that I'm not wearing pants right now, because, well, it's not a secret anymore. I'm a lady of the night. Well, I guess that's true. You're not wrong, Christine.
Well done there, young one.
Oh, he has a voice.
Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule. A kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened. 100 years ago.
I am ready.
To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away, using the power of these ancient relics.
Why does he look like Ganon?
100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining.
Look, it's that dude again. And that dude.
He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the divine beasts, and turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, bravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here.
He's powerless here.
You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead.
Of course her name is Impa.
Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
Don't tell me what to do. Go on. Here is the paraglider, just as I promised. An item that you received from the king on the Great Plateau. It allows you to sail through the sky. Press X while you're in the air to use it. Can I voice the Sheikah Slate? Yes. They should have got the guy who voices Majin Buu to voice the king. So he'd be like, Dad, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. You want P? Or an actual guy with a good voice for like Tyoma. Not entirely certain. Hear that, P? Somebody wants you. They think you're a king. Not sure if I should be jealous of this. So Satsui wants to voice the king? You think I did the voice of Majin Buu? That was P, yes. Then P is king. He has to voice the king? Because he did that? Oh, I just took a picture. Shit. Let's travel up there. I got 5 minutes left. We can get off the Great Plateau, right? I probably shouldn't, though. I should probably save here. And then next Monday we can work on jumping off. I'm pretty sure Tyoma doesn't like UP, and he did that on purpose. I seem to remember him saying something about that. Anyway, yeah, this is the land of Hyrule, guys. Alright, so we're gonna save the game. I didn't do that once over the course of this, so good thing nothing happened. I can't blame him. Have some confidence, P. Have some confidence. Alright, we're gonna end recording here.